Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Andy Hudson with Incentive Concepts, and Bobby Suseda is already chirping me about the Knights. So Bobby, welcome. And yeah, good job by your Las Vegas Knights. The St. Louis Blues are doing quite well too. So let's not forget about them. But I want to welcome everybody to Incentive Concepts Live. I'm Andy Hudson. And we've got a great episode today with our good friends from Briggs Riley. So let's introduce our guests. With Briggs Riley, we have Kim Biggs and Sally Headapohl. And with Incentive Concepts, we have Mary Pat Mitchell. How's it going, everybody?
Great. How are you, Andy?
I am doing wonderful. It's great to have you all here. And it's always fun to have our friends with Briggs Riley on. And we just love partnering with such a wonderful company and brand. So, Kim, I'm going to start with you. I'm sure you have your finger on the pulse of the industry as far as travel here in the US and around the world, in fact. And I just want to kind of understand what you think is going on in the travel industry. Are we seeing travel starting to pick up?
Absolutely. And thanks for the question, Andy. Good to see you. I have to tell you that all this pent-up travel is starting to come out today. And we are seeing a nice lift with Briggs & Riley. We actually saw a survey done with over 1,000 people across the US. And they were asked, when will you start traveling again? And 82% of those folks said they'll start traveling in 2021 right now. And I don't know if you noticed in the news this week that the cruise lines are starting back in July. So definitely there's a great enthusiasm to get back out and get out.
Wonderful. Are you going on a cruise at all? Are you doing any travel with your family, Kim?
It's funny you should ask. I'm actually May 10th going to Florida. Not a cruise, but definitely getting out. My pent-up travel is beyond belief, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. We, my family and I took a little trip last month, and then we've got a trip to Florida ourselves in June. So maybe we'll, well, I guess we won't run into you, but we'll be in a similar part of the country. So that's fantastic. Sally, this is the first time you've been with us, so welcome. We'd like to learn a little bit about your role with Briggs & Riley, rather. So can you tell us a little bit about your role with the company?
Sure. Thanks for inviting me to be on your show. I'm the logistics manager for Briggs & Riley for North America. So I take care of all the stuff that happens in the warehouse where all the magic happens. Some of my favorite things about working for Briggs & Riley is especially the company culture. Our culture is very strongly based with family, dignity, and ethical values being very prominent. And we don't just talk about it, we all actually live it. So it's great. And I really like to be able to see all the new items first when they come in. And it's never boring here because every day is different.
That's true. That's true. And I forgot to ask our viewer poll question, because going back to what we were talking about, Kim's about traveling. So we'd love to hear from the viewers what your travel plans are, whether it's this coming weekend or next month or over the summer. Put in the chat where you're heading on vacation, or even if it's a business trip with your family or with your partner, whatever. Put it in the chat. We'd love to hear where you're headed this summer. So Sally, back to you. You talked about your favorite parts with Briggs & Riley. You mentioned the culture. And Incentive Concepts is really known for our culture. That's my favorite part of working at Incentive Concepts. So we have a lot in common there. So I'd like to hear that. But with that, I'm going to turn over to Mary Pat. Mary Pat, this is also your first time on Incentive Concepts. Well, live. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. And you've worked for the company for quite a few years, maybe since 2005 or so, and in sales and customer service. Can you tell us a little bit about your latest role with Incentive Concepts?
My latest role is that I am the logoed gifts manager. So I'm supporting our sales team and our customer loyalty advisors when they're working with customers on all of our logoed gift opportunities.
Wonderful, wonderful. And our motto is delivering the best better, which I love that motto. I think it's fantastic, and it syncs up a lot with Briggs & Riley too. What's a recent example of somebody from our team delivering the best better?
Well, just this week, our teammate Jennifer got the highest grade that you can from a brand new customer. They were on the Sage system, and they gave all high remarks from the first time she talked to them on the phone until providing tracking. She did nothing but the best. So we really are proud of her.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to Jennifer from our team. She's a fantastic member of our team. Way to go. Great job and kudos to you. Let's hear a little bit more, Mary Pat, about our decoration program at Incentive Concepts. Can you give us just a little overview of everything that we can do?
Sure. We've worked directly with each of our factories. We want to make sure that we're keeping the brand integrity when we're putting a logo on their products. Some of the factories do decoration directly, and other times we're outsourcing and working with partners to offer laser engraving, embroidery, or screen printing, just to name a few different solutions.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm going to go to the viewer chats here because we asked about where people are heading this summer. Kim, you're heading to Florida. I'm heading to Florida, going to Wisconsin a little bit later in the summer. You know, I got to ask you, Sally, do you have any plans?
Yes, I'm hoping to go to Michigan. That's where my family is, and it's been 2 years, so I'm really ready to go. And my Briggs bag is waiting.
All right, Mary Pat, we haven't asked you that either.
Not plane travel, but plan to go to Eminence, Missouri for a little floating and seeing nature. So I'll pack up my Briggs bag.
Okay, well, let's see where people are heading here. So Brett is going to do a lot of road trips to northern Michigan. We know Brett well, and I think he likes to do camping up there. We've got Julie is heading to a wedding in Park City, Utah. That should be beautiful. For sure. And it looks like Laura's taking a girls' trip out to Cape Cod. So that should be a lot of fun. And our friend Bobby is going to San Diego, Park City, and Dallas. Maybe that's one trip. That sounds fantastic to me. And Lauren, our friend from Incentive Concepts, is going to spring training and Vegas and Louisville. You have to say Louisville if you live in this part of the country, not Louisville, Louisville. Dave Kedsy's heading to South Carolina. So a lot of people heading all over the place. So it's fantastic. I'm going to do a little screen share here, Kim, because I want to kind of get an overview of what we're talking about today. So let's see if we can share this screen and you can tell us a little bit about what we're going to cover today.
Absolutely. Today, we really want to hone in on our capabilities. And what that means to all of you is how do we make your orders that much better and special?
Okay, and so we're calling it Make Your Mark. And I think a great way to start would be with this next slide here that you put together. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, you know what, Andy, every time you plan a trip, the fun starts with the luggage. And we're going to tell you all about how much fun it is to travel with Briggs & Riley.
Okay, wonderful. And Sally, coming back to you, we're going to start with a couple slides here to just share with people about some of Briggs & Riley's decoration solutions. So let's jump right in here and tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Okay, so this is an outsider handle wrap. It's a leather wrap that goes around the trolley handle fits every piece of the wheeled luggage that we sell. It adds an extra layer of comfort when you're pulling it, and it also helps you to identify your bag when it's going down the trolley and to identify, amongst your family as well. So this one is called a blind deboss. It doesn't have any color on it, but we can also do it in silver or gold. We have a lot of different options that we're going to cover today on personalization.
Wonderful, wonderful. And oops, I went 2 ahead there. Let's just go 1 ahead. Looks like we've got some similar decoration here on some bag tags as well.
Yes, these are the Rhapsody ID tags. We can put your logo or we can monogram with your initials. Whatever
Wonderful.
you like.
Wonderful. And Kim, let's take another look at these wonderful Rhapsody bag tags. Anything you'd like to add here?
Absolutely. Today, more than ever before, it's great to be able to identify your bags and see them in the airport. We have a lot of sports teams, professional sports teams that like to be able to have even their number on the tag or their initials.
Wonderful. And I think we have one more little preview here of a different bag tag. Sally, can you tell us about what type of decoration method we're looking at here?
Yes, this is the hot stamp on the baseline ID tags. These can be put on any of your bags, and there's also just regular monogramming, but you can do hot stamping, or you could do the transfer or whatever you like to put on it.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's a great way to enhance the gift, even just a very simple way. Everybody loves a bag tag. And then Kim, this is one of my favorite lines, the at work line here. Can you tell us about this particular backpack and what we're looking at here?
Absolutely. This is such a stunning piece, and it's a great piece to travel with. I know you love to travel with yours, Andy. And again, we can put initials, we can put a team number on it, whatever the client would like to see, we can decorate it that way.
Wonderful. And we are having a giveaway today, courtesy of our friends with Briggs and Riley. And we're going to be giving away a black version of this very backpack. It's the At Work Medium backpack. And we're going to amp it up even for you. We're going to emboss your initials on it before we send it to you. So we got to make sure to make it just right for you all. So stay tuned for where you enter for that giveaway. Okay. Now, I think, Sally, I'm going to tee up this next part. I think we have a video to share here that shows a little bit about the monogramming process, if I'm not mistaken. So let's check it out. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Kim, anything you want to add about that wonderful process?
I do. I hope that you all noticed how everything is handcrafted. So it's not just run through a machine. There's someone that literally puts the TLC into every bag and every tag.
Wonderful. And Sally, do you get to run that machine? Was that your arm pulling down on the machine, or was that someone else's?
It wasn't my arm, but I can do all of the personalization aspects, and my team handles it very beautifully every day. They're experts at it.
Okay, for sure. And like I mentioned, we are going to give away a bag today, the black version of this At Work Medium backpack. So stay tuned for how to enter for that. We'll tell you here at the end of the episode, or near the end of the episode. Let's move on to some other, kind of top flight services that we can offer here. So Kim, what are we looking at here on this Briggs and Riley brief?
Well, to me, Andy, and maybe you've done this in the airport before, when you see people going by, you're looking at what luggage and what they're doing, especially if your flight's delayed and you have nothing to do. This is a great way to actually get your brand identity out in a fantastic way. Each time someone sees the bag, like this one, this happens to be a heat transfer, and look how beautiful it looks, and look how much the logo pops on that bag. It's a great way to get your brand out there.
I love it. I love it. And this image I'm just really fond of, Sally, because we were kind of using this as our flagship image for this episode. But I love the fact that there's 2 decoration opportunities here. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Yes, this is our ZDX duffel bag, and it's a great bag because you can take it to the gym, or it'll fit as a carry-on in the luggage compartment. So you can do embroidery on the side of the bag or on the strap, and it also has an ID tag, a leather ID tag on the back that you can monogram with your initials. So you could do this a variety of different ways, and then since it's on the strap, when you're carrying it, it shows off your logo.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Kim, probably the flagship collection for Briggs and Riley here. Can you want to tell us a little bit about this bag?
This baseline is our signature brand. Everyone adores this product. As you can see, this is embroidered, and look how beautiful that logo looks on that bag.
It is wonderful. And I think we have a second image here of the Navy in this baseline. What makes baseline so special?
Well, actually, this is my bag right here that I carry, and I have to tell you, it's my best friend. We at Briggs & Riley are all about travel, and we want to make your travel the easiest it can be. So when you look at this is the upright carry-on. If you could spin it around, you would see that the handle in the bag is on the outside, which is very unique in the industry. But what it does for us is when we pack our bags, everything is flat and your clothes don't get wrinkled. And it's a beautiful way to get your clothes out and travel together.
Wonderful. And my favorite part about Baseline is that CX compression system that really compresses things down. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Or
Absolutely. It's an award-winning system, our CX system. And what's so wonderful about it is that for me, I sometimes have a little retail therapy when I'm traveling. So I end up with more product than I thought I would have to go home. So this bag allows me to overpack it and then lift up the CX system. And now I just compress, the air goes out, and I get 34% more in my bag than when I left.
well, good. And retail therapy is important. And I think we're going to put in the chat here a little link to a video that features the CX compression. So make sure to check that out in the chat so people can watch that video, because as much as it's great to talk about it, it's really neat to be able to see it in action for sure. Sally, I'm coming back over to you because this is a really neat looking hard side piece. Can you tell us about this piece?
Yes, this is a Simpatico 2.0. It's our new Simpatico, and it's in a nice matte finish. So it looks beautiful on the runway, and it takes the heat stamp. That logo right there really pops, and it's a great way to show off and personalize your luggage. It also has the leather patch that we can put your initials or your number of your jersey on there. It's a really nice bag.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to tell you where you can go now to enter for that at work backpack. Go to incentiveconcepts.com/make-your-mark, incentiveconcepts.com/make-your-mark, and you can enter for that at work backpack with initials monogrammed right there on the leather patch just for you. Mary Pat, you've been kind of quiet right now, and that's because I just haven't called on you, but anything you'd like to add so far about what you've seen?
No, we get calls all the time for embroidery, and we're really excited now to be able to offer some different options besides the embroidery.
Hey, Andy, I'd like to add something,
Sure.
especially with this piece. How many hard sides do you know that you can have the CX system in and be able to expand? We're the only ones that can do it. So again, great way when you're traveling, if you need to add more items into your bag, the CX system.
Excellent, excellent. We're going to kind of shift over to some other top flight kind of solutions that Briggs & Riley provides. So Sally, can you just give us a quick overview of what we're going to talk about next?
Sure. Okay, so we've already covered the many personalization options that we have. Some other nice touches are adding a personal note card into the gift. It makes it more memorable and it elevates the gift to a different level. We can create for you a nested set, and we also offer drop shipping and different types of freight options for you, including palletized LTL shipments.
Okay, wonderful. I think we have a preview here of a note card, Kim. Talk about how this kind of elevates the recipient's experience when they receive a gift.
Absolutely. It's one of the most important ways to get your message across. When they open up the package and they see maybe a handcrafted note or even this beautiful note, it just makes, it's almost like an ice cream sundae and it's the cherry on top.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that definitely highlights the experience when somebody receives a nice note like that for sure. One other opportunity here that you mentioned, Sally, was the nested sets. Can you tell us a little bit about these images?
Yes. Oh, the nested sets are wonderful gift ideas. On the left, we have a large piece of luggage with the carry-on inside. And then when we open up the carry-on, there's 3 more gifts. There's a tote bag, a cosmetic bag, and another kind of luggage cover, I think it is. So you can choose whatever fits, and we can make a beautiful presentation. It's excellent for the person who's getting the gift because it comes in one box. So it's nice and green. We're eliminating a lot of the cardboard that would need to be recycled. It saves on freight costs because it's only one package being shipped. And it really makes a good impression. It's a great gift.
For sure. And Kim, just clarify this a little bit as far as how customers could create these nested sets, that you don't have like sets, so to speak, right? You can kind of customize them your own way, or?
So Andy, think of the Russian dolls. Did you ever see one as
Yeah.
a child? And you can put one within the other into another one. Whatever the client is requesting, we'll do the little Russian doll toy and with our luggage to just see what will fit within each one. So we'll be happy to do that.
Okay. We're getting a little audio there, but I'm sure that's just people working at home or whatever. But Kim, while I still have you, we cannot forget about Briggs & Riley's guarantee. Can you talk a little bit about how unique that is in the industry? Oh, looks like maybe we lost Kim there. How about Mary Pat? You have
Sorry
any-
about that.
Oh, there she is. Go ahead,
I
Kim.
had a little technical difficulty if you heard that background noise, and I didn't want to hold us up.
That's okay. Yeah,
I would
go
love
ahead.
to talk about our lifetime guarantee because it sets us apart from anyone else. It's our point of difference in the industry. So anyone that has a Briggs & Riley bag knows we're all about travel and we want to make you travel the best it can be. So if you've ever had that awkward situation where perhaps the airline broke a wheel, we'll be happy to get you back on, get your wheels to you, either send it to you if you can do it yourself. You can go to one of our locations that we will repair, or if it's easier, send it to us and we'll get it back and you'll be back on the road sooner than you think.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to stop share there for a second. And while you're talking about that repair, I have this at work backpack that I use every single day. And I've used it for probably 4 or 5, I don't know, 6 years maybe now. And I'm actually getting a little bit of a tear on the handle. So should I send that back and get it repaired or?
Absolutely. And you have a contact now. You have Sally, you have me, but if not, you can, anyone that does have an issue can just reach out to our customer service team and they'll be more than happy to get you back on track.
Okay, great. And Mary Pat, since we're talking about the lifetime guarantee, when you talk to customers or people on our customer service team or sales team talk to customers, are you mentioning that often or?
It's usually one of the first things we tell customers. And everyone that I think works at IC has one of those bags. And we have the confidence every time we travel using it that if something does happen, we've got Briggs behind us to fix it. So
wonderful, wonderful. And I know that that if people have questions about this, can they contact you? How should they contact us, Mary Pat, our customers?
Contact me. They could contact their sales rep or one of our customer loyalty advisors, or they could just go to incentiveconcepts.com/logoed gifts and get all their information there.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, viewers, don't forget to head on over to incentiveconcepts.com/make-your-mark to enter for that at work medium backpack in black with your initials embossed right on there. So that'll be fantastic. Sally, you might have to actually operate the machine for us for that exact patch. Does that sound okay?
Oh, I will be happy to do it.
Okay, maybe you can have a coworker take a photo of it and we can, send it around or something.
Definitely. That's a great idea.
Okay. Well, this has been a great episode. Next episode is 2 weeks from today. We're going to go up to Minnesota and we're going to broadcast up to Minnesota with our good friend, Sarah. She's a hoot. She's a blast. Lots of energy. We're going to do one of our unboxing challenges with her. So we're going to send her a surprise box. She won't know what's in it. She has to open it up and figure out what's in the box. And so viewers, you'll be able to help her out with that unboxing challenge. That's May 13th, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central, incentiveconcepts.com/live. You should RSVP or at least put it on your calendar from there. Sally, it was really great for you to join us. Really appreciate getting to know you. And thank you so much for your behind the scenes look. Any closing thoughts before we leave?
Oh, I just want to thank you for inviting me. It was really fun. And I'm glad to know you and Mary Pat a little better.
Well, wonderful. And Kim, it's always great to have you on. You're a great partner of ours with Briggs & Riley, the entire Briggs & Riley team. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. This was fun. And let's all get out and travel. Let's all be part of that 82%.
Sounds like a plan to me. Mary Pat, you and I get to work with each other every day. It's always great to see you. So, and any jokes or you want to make fun of me about anything, Mary Pat, before we leave?
Working remote with you has been awesome, Andy.
Well, we're getting ready to get back in the office in the next couple of weeks and months, so we'll get to see each other in person. So again, Sally, Kim, and Mary Pat, you guys are fantastic. Thanks so much. Everybody watching, thank you very much. We'll see you in 2 weeks on May 13th. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Happy